In this section, we're looking at some other types of equations. We're going to look at 4 different types, ones that have degree greater than 2. Remember, in section 2.5, we looked at quadratic equations. Those have degree equal to 2. So now we're going to look at degree of 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6. We're going to look at equations that have a quadratic form. That means that they kind of look like they're quadratic, but they might have a different degree than 2. We're also going to look at equations that have square roots in them and equations that have absolute value. So let's start with this equation that has a degree greater than 2. We are going to actually use a method that we have already used, and that is grouping. Now, the key to when we use grouping is we need to have 4 terms. And we see that we have 4 terms. And we also see that we have got a degree of 3. So we're going to group the first 2 terms together and the last 2 terms together. We look at the groups separately. We determine greatest common factor from both of those, one at a time. So for the first group, we can factor out a 4x squared. And we are going to be left with, I'm going to put this in a different color, we're going to be left with x plus 2. In the second group, we can factor out a negative 9. And we're left with x plus 2. And remember that this is equal to 0. Next step is we bring that x plus 2, that shared quantity factor, out in front, and then we can write down what's left for the other factor, 4x squared minus 9, and then that's equal 0. So we have two factors, and they're multiplied together and they equal 0. We use the principle that says we set each factor equal to 0 and then solve those separately for x. So subtract 2 from both sides, we get x equals negative 2. That's one of our solutions. Here we can add 9 to both sides, so we get 4x squared equals 9. Divide both sides by 4, so we get x squared by itself equal to 9 over 4. The next step is to take the square root. We take the square root to undo that squaring on the x, and we also want to remember we put our plus or minus out in front. That means that x is equal to plus or minus square root of 9 is 3, square root of 4 is 2. That gives us 2 solutions, the plus and the minus, or the positive or negative case of 3/2. Another example with degree greater than 2. So let's just identify what kind of equation we have here. And we have 4 terms. So when we have that combination, we can use grouping. So we will group the first 2 terms together, the last 2 terms together, and then ask what greatest common factor those first 2 terms have. Well, there's a 3x squared that goes into both of those terms. We're left with just an x from the 3x cubed and a plus 3 from the 9x squared. From the second group, the greatest common factor is a negative 12, and we are going to be left with x, positive x. If we take a negative 12 out of negative 36, we're left with a positive 3. And so we've got that x plus 3. We bring that out in front, and then writing down what's left in the other factor, 3x squared minus 12. So we've got 2 factors multiplied equaling 0. We set them equal to 0, and then solve each of those for x. So we're going to get x equals negative 3. And this next one takes a few more steps. 3x squared equals 12, x squared, divide both sides by 3, so we get x squared equals 4. And let's bring this up here, taking the square root, and remember that plus or minus out in front. Our solution is x equals plus or minus 2. Okay, let's look at this one. It does have degree greater than 2, but it does not have 4 terms, so we're not going to be grouping. The key is we want to look for the greatest common factor. Truth is, whenever we factor something, that's the first thing you want to look for. But here we're wanting to solve this. So the key when we have degree greater than 2, let's see, I said greater than 3, which is true, but really what we care about is that it's greater than 2. And it's not got 4 terms. It has only 2 terms, so we're not going to be able to group like we did the others. But it's almost like there's just one group, and we're going to find the greatest common factor from that group, which is the whole thing. So from the first term and the second term, we can bring out a 2, and then we can bring out some x's. Well, there's x to the 5th and x to the 3rd, so we can bring out the smaller number of those, so we can bring out x to the 3rd. And then we're left with, from the first term, there's x squared. We take out 3, there's 2 left. And from the second term, we take out a 2, we're left with a negative 6. And we've taken all the x's out, so that's just negative 6. So that's equal to 0. So we have 2 factors, right? We've got this factor and this factor. Multiply together, equaling 0. We set the 2 factors equal to 0, and then solve both of those. To solve 2x cubed equals 0, we can think of dividing both sides by 2. The 2 cancels here, and 0 over 2 is just 0. 0 over any non-zero number is just 0. Well, x cubed equals 0. The only thing that if we cube it we get 0 is 0. So that gives us the solution x equal to 0. X squared minus 6 equals 0. We want to add 6 to both sides, and then to undo that square root, to undo the squaring, let's take the square root. And remember, plus or minus out in front of the square root of 6. So square root of x squared gives us x, and that's equal to plus or minus square root of 6. That is a real solution, but it is irrational since we are not able to simplify that square root 6. It's not a perfect square. We have an irrational number. Okay, let's look at this example. Again, we've got degree greater than 2, and it's just 2 terms, so grouping isn't really an option, but we want to look for the greatest common factor. So in the 2 terms, we can bring out a 4, and then we can bring x to the 4th out. We'll be left with x squared minus 10. Set both of those equal to 0. Both those factors equal to 0. We're going to solve those. Well, we're going to end up with the first one giving us x equal to 0. And the second one, add 10 to both sides. Take the square root. To undo that squaring, remember the plus or minus out in front. So we get x equals plus or minus square root 10.